Hey, I'm annoyed. Well, you're not going to believe this. I'm in a little tiny town by the name of Frederickton. 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 Now, it's a bit of a funny story, actually. I was about 17 or 18 years old, and I hitchhiked for some strange reason. And I got dropped off by a truck driver by a truck driver in a town by the name of Kempsey, which is Kempsey. Now, this is Fredericton. Now, in between Kempsey and Fredericton is a great big flood plain. Now, over here, I'm going to show you something. Right way over there, you can see those distant lights. You might see those sparkling lights in the background. Well, that's Kempsey. Well, on the far south side of Kempsey, there was a truck rest area. And poor little me, didn't have any brains, decided to walk. And I walked. And I walked right up here, right past here, and I kept walking right up here where the car's coming from. Now, this is a bus stop. Now, this is the most funniest part about the whole thing. This used to be an old concrete type of bus stop. Right. So, this truck driver dropped me off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, way over there. I walked all the way through Kempsey, crossed the flats, several miles, then come up this road here. I walked up here, hitchhiking, walked right down the end of town, walked out of town, and I kept walking until 4 a.m. in the morning. So for 12 hours I walked. And this was the main Pacific Highway. This was the cars and trucks are going past me. I had my little battery radio and I kept walking, listening to it, and it was raining. Yes, the worst possible nightmare you could ever imagine. It was raining and I got right out there to, I think it was called Scott's Head Turnoff. I think that was the name of it, or Evans, or so anyway. I went out past that, and then I just got before the big tree line on the old highway. And that turns out that was 20 kilometres out of Fredericton. So I'd actually walked 30 odd kilometres. Now, you can see how dead this road is now, because there's a huge motorway now right over there in that distance, way over there. And you get on Google Earth, you can have a look at it. You see Fredericton, Kempsey, the motorway, and you can see the old road that comes in. So what's this bus shelter got to do with it? Right, okay, I'll come back to that. So I got right out there to the tree line where the highway went into the trees, across the flats of the dairy farms and the cows and everything else, and started going up into the bush. And I said, I've had enough. So I walked across the road, and the first car picked me up straight away, which was a guy with a horse float. And he said, am I going back to Fredericton, back to here? And he dropped me off right here. And he turned off and went down that side street. Well, by this time, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been walking for 13 hours. I left home at 8 o'clock the morning before. So this is now 4 o'clock in the morning. So I've had 20 hours on the road, walked for 12 hours, whatever I walked for. And I got in this bus seat and I got on here, the old-fashioned concrete type ones, and I lied down here like this and I went, oh, I'm like this, and I just lied here like this, and I woke up and I thought, I got to keep going. So I got up, I went like this, I seen a car just there, and I went like this, and I put my thumb out, went like this, I'm going that way, I'm going that way. And the guy stopped just over there. And you think, oh, marvellous. That's not the end of it. I got in his car, and before I got down the end of the town, he gave me a cup of coffee out of a thermos flask, 2 of his sandwiches, and then he said to me, where are you going? And this is how safe Australia is. Well, still is, I reckon. He took me from Frederickton through the old town of Maxwell, through the old town of Nambucca, Coffs Harbour, right up into Grafton. Grafton took me right up there into Ballina. Ballina, around the old Pacific Highway, right up in there past the Byron Bay turnoff. And then he took me right up to Mooball. Now go and look on your map, Mooball, turn right there at the Mooball Hotel, and went up over through the old Pottsville Road, which is now half cut off sort of thing with a new motorway, down into Pottsville, and drove me right up to the corner of Creek Street, Hastings Point, where I just had my holidays. And he woke me up and he said, are you okay to walk down the street? And I said, yes, I will, thank you. I said, we're at Hastings Point. He said, yeah. He said, as soon as you finished eating that sandwich, he said, you passed out and you were dead as a doornail. Never heard a peep out of you. He said, you slept the whole way. And I said, I am so sorry. He said, that's quite all right. He said, I enjoyed the company and you just had a good sleep. And that's how kind he was. And then the man, he turned around and gave me $20. Yes, he gave me $20 because I told him I had no money, and that's why I hitchhiked all the way from Sydney to Hastings Point. And that is the same bus shelter that I slept in over 40 odd years ago, except a different one. It was an old-fashioned concrete one. Hard to believe, isn't it? 40 odd years ago my life has gone past. And I still got the bus stop in the same bloody position. So I decided to get off the motorway on the way back down to Sydney tonight, and I decided to have a look at old Frederickton, the town where I walked through, the bloody town of Kempsey, where no bastard would pick me up 40 years ago, and now all those bastards are dead because I was a kid. And I had to walk up there, right there. I walked right through here 42 years ago. Some things you just never, ever forget. I had my little battery radio, you know, the little round dial on the side. And yeah, I was just a happy little kid. And the way I went, I didn't have a mother. And my father had a stepmother. And I just wandered off. I want to go up to my foster mother's. And my father wouldn't give me the train fare. Dad said, I'm not giving you a train fare. So I hitchhiked. And that's what I did. I got there. It's only because I slept there. And I just happened to get up right at the right second. And I put my hand out as I seen the guy right there. If I was 1 minute later, 30 seconds later, he would have missed me. Because he would have thought I was going that way. But I wasn't. I was going that way. Isn't it unreal? See you later, Mr. Hominoid. Hope you enjoyed that. Leave me a comment. See ya. Remember, Kempsey, Frederickton, Hastings Point, Creek Street. See, right. See ya.